If someone handed me $1,000 today and told me, you have one chance to turn this into real wealth, I wouldn't rush to buy the hottest stock, I wouldn't gamble on meme coins, and I definitely wouldn't spend it on the latest iPhone or a flashy new gadget. Instead, I would follow a simple investment strategy that has helped millions of ordinary people build wealth over time. The truth is, it's not about how much money you start with, it's about where you put it, how long you leave it, and how consistently you keep investing. In today's video, I'll show you exactly how I would invest $1,000 if I was starting from scratch in 2026. Whether you're a complete beginner or already investing, this plan can help you make smarter financial decisions. Let's get started. Many people believe you need tens of thousands of dollars before you can start investing. That couldn't be further from the truth. Some of the world's wealthiest investors started with very little money. What separated them from everyone else wasn't luck, it was discipline. Imagine planting a tree. The best time to plant it was years ago. The second best time is today. Investing works the same way. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow through compound returns. Now, if I only had $1,000, here's exactly how I'd put every dollar to work. Don't invest until you have an emergency fund. This may surprise you. If I had absolutely no savings, I wouldn't invest all $1,000 immediately. Why? Because life happens. Your car breaks down, your phone gets stolen, unexpected medical bills appear. Without emergency savings, you may be forced to sell your investments at the worst possible time. That's why I'd first set aside about $200 as the beginning of an emergency fund if I didn't already have one. This money isn't meant to grow quickly. Its job is to protect you from financial emergencies. Think of it as your financial safety net. Pay off high-interest debt first. Before investing, I'd ask myself one question. Do I owe money on credit cards or expensive loans? If the answer is yes, paying off that debt may give you a better return than investing. Imagine paying 25% interest on a credit card. Would you invest hoping to earn 10% while losing 25%? Probably not. Eliminating expensive debt is one of the smartest financial investments you can make. Once high-interest debt is under control, then it's time to build wealth. Invest in low-cost index funds. This is where most of my money would go. Instead of trying to pick the next big winning stock, I'd invest in a diversified low-cost index fund. Why? Because index funds spread your money across many companies rather than relying on just one. If one company struggles, others may continue to perform well. Historically, diversified stock market investments have delivered long-term growth, although past performance never guarantees future results. This approach removes much of the emotion from investing. I don't need to predict tomorrow's winners. I simply invest consistently over time. If I already had an emergency fund and no high-interest debt, I'd likely allocate around $600 of my $1,000 to a broad, diversified investment. Invest in yourself. Here's something many people overlook. Sometimes, the best investment isn't in the stock market, it's in yourself. I'd use around $200 to improve my skills. Maybe I'd learn digital marketing, video editing, programming, artificial intelligence, sales, copywriting, financial analysis. Why? Because increasing your income often has a greater impact than chasing higher investment returns. A skill that helps you earn an extra $500 every month could outperform many investments over time. Knowledge creates opportunities, and opportunities create income. Start building passive income. The final portion of my money would go toward creating future income. For example, starting a YouTube channel, launching a simple website, creating a digital product, buying equipment for freelancing, learning a high-income skill. These aren't guaranteed investments. They require time and effort, but they have the potential to generate income long after the initial work is done. The goal is simple. Don't rely on just one paycheck. Build assets that can eventually pay you while you sleep. Avoid these common beginner mistakes. If I were starting over, there are several mistakes I'd avoid. First, trying to get rich overnight. Many beginners lose money chasing quick profits. Second, following investment advice from random people on social media. Just because someone shows luxury cars doesn't mean they built wealth responsibly. Third, constantly buying and selling investments. Successful investing often rewards patience more than frequent trading. And finally, investing money you can't afford to leave untouched. Only invest money that aligns with your financial goals and time horizon. Keep investing every month. Here's the real secret. The first $1,000 isn't what makes people wealthy. Consistency does. Imagine investing a small amount every month, month after month, year after year. Over time, your portfolio has the opportunity to grow through regular contributions and compound returns. Wealth is usually built gradually, not overnight. Small, disciplined actions repeated consistently can lead to meaningful results over the long term. Build a financial foundation first. Before investing a single dollar, I'd ask myself one important question. Am I financially stable? Many beginners skip this step because investing feels exciting. Buying stocks is exciting, buying cryptocurrency is exciting, watching prices go up is exciting. But financial stability isn't exciting, it's simply essential. If I didn't have an emergency fund, I'd set aside around 20% of the $1,000 to begin building one. Why? Because emergencies don't wait until you're ready. Your laptop could stop working, your car could need repairs, you might lose your job unexpectedly. Without emergency savings, you may be forced to sell investments at a loss just to cover basic expenses. That can undo months or years of progress. Your emergency fund acts like a financial shock absorber. It protects your investments from life's unexpected challenges. Invest in diversified assets. Now comes the exciting part. If my financial foundation was solid, most of my money would go into diversified investments. Why diversified? Because nobody knows which single company or investment will perform best over the next decade. Diversification spreads risk. Instead of relying on one company, you're investing across many businesses and sectors. Think of it like planting an orchard instead of a single tree. If one tree struggles, the others may still produce fruit. Trying to pick the next big winner can be tempting, but it also carries more risk. A diversified approach can help smooth out the ups and downs over time. The goal isn't to become rich next month. The goal is to grow steadily over many years. Invest in yourself. Here's something many people underestimate. The highest return investment may actually be you. If I had $1,000, I'd dedicate part of it to learning skills that increase my earning potential. For example, learning video editing, studying digital marketing, improving my writing, taking programming courses, learning AI tools, building sales skills. Imagine spending $150 on a course that helps you earn an extra $500 every month. That's a return many investments can't match. Skills stay with you. Markets rise and fall. Companies succeed and fail. But the knowledge you gain can create opportunities for years to come. Create an income-producing asset. Instead of spending the rest of the money on things that lose value, I'd use it to build something that can generate income. For example, starting a YouTube channel, creating a website, launching an online business, selling digital products, buying tools needed for freelancing, starting a small service business. These ideas aren't guaranteed to succeed, and they require effort. But unlike many consumer purchases, they have the potential to generate income long after the initial investment. Assets are what create long-term financial freedom. What I would never do. If I were starting over, I'd avoid several common mistakes. I wouldn't try to get rich overnight. I wouldn't invest based solely on hype. I wouldn't panic every time the market moved. I wouldn't check my portfolio every hour. I wouldn't risk money I couldn't afford to leave invested. Successful investing often looks boring. It's usually built on patience, consistency, and long-term thinking, not constant excitement. The power of compound growth. One of the greatest advantages investors have is compound growth. Here's how it works. You invest. Your investment earns returns. Those returns can then earn returns of their own. Over time, this creates a snowball effect. In the beginning, progress feels slow, but as years pass, the growth can accelerate because you're earning returns on a larger base. This is why starting early, even with a small amount, can make a meaningful difference over the long term.
The biggest investment mistakes beginners make. Many new investors make the same mistakes. Waiting for the perfect time, investing based on emotions, chasing trends after prices have already surged, ignoring diversification, taking unnecessary risks, forgetting to continue learning. The most successful investors aren't necessarily the smartest. They're often the most disciplined. Conclusion. If I had only $1,000 today, I wouldn't see it as a small amount. I'd see it as the beginning of a much bigger journey. I'd build an emergency fund. I'd eliminate high-interest debt. I'd invest in diversified assets. I'd invest in myself. I'd create income-producing opportunities. and then I'd keep investing month after month. Remember, wealth isn't usually created by one big investment. It's created by hundreds of smart financial decisions made consistently over many years. Your first $1,000 probably won't make you a millionaire, but the habits you build while investing that first $1,000 could. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos on investing, personal finance, and building long-term wealth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.